here? Did I lose? He hopped off. Okay. Well then, I want to praise. So we'll just remember this is being recorded, hopefully.
Yes.
And we'll just start off with some normal praise as we do. I want to give some major praise to Jake for that awesome meme. That like 30-second explainer was really amazing. Of like how DeFi is running. I want to dish some praise to Josh and Will J. Griff and Luke and Boring and all the other One Hive members who are helping the Garden Swarm perfect their request for more funding from the One Hive community. And I want to just praise to Ivy for just being all over the place and like helping everyone out and doing all the stuff that we have trouble doing. We just pass it to Ivy and it gets done. It's pretty amazing. So I will pass it to Juan Carlos.
Thank you, Griff. This week, I would like to praise Jessica because she has helped me so much promoting the Graviton training, as well as Jake, that he promoted it and talked about it in the DAO Rush open house. And also, I want to praise Livia and Durgadas, that are the people that has accepted to lead one of the sessions of the training, and I am really excited about that. And I will pass it to Tam.
Hey. Okay, I would also like to praise Jake because the energy and the excitement and just you really get me excited about everything that you just really get me excited. Your memes, your energy, it's all great. I'd also like to praise Juan Carlos. I'm really excited about this training. It took a lot of effort to put together, and it's a really nice curriculum that I think will bring a lot of value to the community. And I would like to praise Chris. I think that the work that you're doing behind the scenes to set up the Discord servers, nobody really knows about yet, but they're going to be great. So thanks for continuing to work on that. And I will pass it to Meta Verde if you have not already gone.
Hello. I'm excited about the gravity training, and I like Jake too. I'm enjoying the energy there. I actually am really enjoying all of the token engineering commons meetings, and I'm really looking forward to doing the Graviton. And I'm getting the equivalent of a phone tumor for online discourse, so I'm going to turn the video back off and just try to listen this time probably. It's an awful lot of meetings this week for me with the DAO Rush week. Happy to be here. Oh, am I supposed to pass it to somebody?
Yeah. Do you want to?
I don't know who's gone, so.
It's okay. I'll pass it to Jess.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
I wanted to praise Meta Verde for jumping in and being so enthusiastic and joining the onboarding call the other day and asking to support with some of the work. So appreciate you so much. And I wanted to praise Jake because he's been bringing a lot of energy, and I always appreciate his help and knowing that I can count on him. And he's been helping so much with the branding and design and making everything more like fun and jazzy. I wanted to praise Livia for us being the person, I can always go to. I feel like I praise her every week, but I could keep praising you, Livy. And then Juan, I really wanted to do the big praise for Juan. I think this is such a huge, huge, huge value you're offering to the community that is so needed and helps everybody to recognize that tech isn't going to solve all of our problems. So it's super exciting, and to see all the engagement for everything has been fantastic. And I will pass to Santi.
Thank you, Jess. I want to praise 3 people today and maybe make a suggestion after listening to Jess. I want to praise Ivy for all the work she's been doing real quick, formatting the document that we're using in the legal working group. It's a hell of a document. We've been working with it for 2 weeks, and we will keep working tomorrow. I want to also praise Mateo for all his work, all the work he's doing with the source cred. We're diving deeply into it to try to have a test distribution, and we're struggling a little bit. And I also want to praise Tam. She still doesn't know because she hasn't checked. Telegram, but she finally was able to fix my notifications on GitHub. So thank you, Tam, for that. And one last suggestion, and it's kind of fun. Thank you, Tam. It's kind of fun when you pronounce Juan Carlos' name. It's funny because it's like you're saying number one, and it's Who, like the Who, the music group. So that's the way to pronounce it. Juan Carlos. Never mind. It's just a comment here. So I'll just pass it to Libby.
Thanks, Santi. I would like to praise Sam because it's his birthday. Sam, praise for you for being alive and for being awesome. And I want to praise Juan Carlos too because I'm following so closely all the work he's been doing, and it's a lot of work and a lot of enthusiasm. And I also want to praise Santi and Mateo because the work source cred has been like developing so much behind the scenes, and they have almost everything ready. And Mateo, you always are so participative, and it was so nice that you said you weren't going to come to the call last time because it's something you didn't have to do, but it's like really cool to know that we are counting with each other in this very responsible basis. So I'm gonna pass to YGG.
Thanks, Libby. I want to praise Jess and Jeff this week for being such a strong team and totally moving mountains in the Token Engineering Commons. They keep the CAD/CAD ecosystem very healthy, and they're pretty much active in everything that's happening anywhere. So they're really great. They're connecting token engineers with token engineering opportunities, which is really cool. And they've just always been here since the beginning. They've been such a strong team, and they offer so much support. And I'll pass it over to Dan Nobelsdorf. You're muted, Dan, if you're there. Okay, I'm going to pass to Durgadas. Dan might be figuring out his thing. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I'd like to pass praise to all the folks from the tech community that came to the decolonization workshop yesterday, and Juan Carlos in particular, who was there and who I would sure like to be a lot more actively involved in the gravity thing. I'm just busy, so I'm glad that Juan is taking that forward and moving it, and I then just get to kind of pop in and edit and contribute. So thanks so much for that. I don't know who's come, so I maybe can have somebody else pass it, please.
Yeah, I can help you out. Dan, did you get your mic working? Nope. Well, let's pass it to let's see, Mateo.
Hey guys, hope everyone is doing all right. This week I was really away because there was a really testing sprint over Givet, so I was not here. As Livy said, I couldn't assist the half of the meetings that I used to, but alongside with Santi, we've been working a lot to set up the source code. So my praise is to him because he's always joyful to assist and offer his help to get things done. And Juanca, of course, because I know that Gravity training session is starting this week, and he's doing an amazing work to make that happen. So yeah, I'll pass it to Freedoms. I'm not sure. Chris, maybe?
Sure, I can go. So I would like to praise Eduardo. I don't think he's on the call right now, but we met to go over some forum organization stuff, and we're working on some of the back end there. I'd also like to praise Tamara for all the work she's doing, helping people get, for example, GitHub notifications going, keeping us organized, keeping things on track. All the work that you're doing is appreciated. And yeah, I'll keep it short today. I'll pass to, I don't think, has Gabby gone yet?
No, I was here just to catch up with the text sync, but yeah, I don't have praise yet because I was not involved in the last week, but I know you are doing really great, so happy to do it next time. I think I already praised Paulo. We've been doing some work related to the tech hatch. So yeah, if that's possible, I'm not sure if this was specifically for one of the groups, but yeah, otherwise I probably praised Paulo.
Nice. And I'll pass it for you. Let's go to Craig.
Hello. You hear me? Sweet. Let's see. Wishing praise, I can always do that. Griff, thanks for hitting me up with some slides real quick. Jess, thanks for coordinating on comms piece. Well, I could keep going and going, but I'll stop there and sling it back to Griff.
Then let's go to Dahi.
Hey, all. I suppose back to you, Griff. I just praise to yourself and Sam for because I haven't really been around that much, so but for handling the GitHub issues and the Zen board, definitely. So very quick praise. Who'll pass it on to who's next?
Jake. Are you there, Jake? Also, how's my internet connection? I don't know if you guys can even hear me. But maybe Jake's not around, so let's pass it to Cast or Magic. Are you there, Cast or Magic? Okay, then I know Sam is there. Happy birthday, Sam. Who do you want to praise? Your mom, maybe?
Thank you. Yeah, well, she doesn't have an Ethereum address yet. I like to praise, actually, I like to praise 3 people today. And one is you, Griff, because I think that we are very different. And I would like to praise you. Let me recap. I'd like to praise you because you have been so active in the OneHive forum and in managing also the expectations with OneHive and chatting with a lot of people, and I appreciate so much your work in that sense. And I wanted to say that we are so different, and because you devolve very much, very well in the chaos in some way, and it's something that I really appreciate, because I am probably I don't know how to say that, but we kind of complement very well. Also, I would like to give praise to Gabi for joining the Garden Swarm. You are so welcome, Gabi, and all your energy. And I also would like to praise Tam, because she's so helpful with. She helped me a lot on organize the things that I am doing this week, and thank you so much, Tam, for that. I don't know if Septi went, but if not, I pass it to Septi.
Yeah, I can take it, Sam. Thank you. I like to praise Marco because the designs he was showing us it was a meeting of the designing. Oh man, they were so cool. I also would love to praise Ivy because she is, like you all say, she's everywhere and she's always ready to work. She has a lot of energy. And also would love to praise Jake. Like, same reason, a lot of energy, and the open house was so great. New members probably joining, and that's so cool. And maybe Tonga didn't went. I passed to Tonga.
Thank you. Yes, I would like to praise this week Sam. Well, happy birthday, Sam. But also praise because you are always in a good mood, and if you're nervous, you know how to tell it. But I like you always have like pure intentions, so I appreciate that a lot. And okay, and I would like also to praise Griff because he's all every day at every hour he's connected. So I think that is like a huge commitment to the project and to all of us. So yes, I don't know who, maybe Griff can take it. I don't know if anyone is left.
Yeah, I think I can take it. I'll pass it to Nelson. Nelson, are you still there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we might have lost. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. It's been ages. It's quite nice to see all your faces. Finally, I'm in a time zone where I can connect, and I'm less busy with my own projects. In terms of praises, I would like to praise all of you to keep the ball rolling. My objective in this call is kind of like that you can see where things are at. I've been very busy with a smart project where I plan to use a lot of token. So I'm quite keen to know where the token engineering community is at and where we can merge things and how to use you basically. So thanks. And I don't know who has talked yet, so Griff, if you want to pass it to someone.
I don't know if Sean already went.
Yep. Is that everyone?
Chris didn't go. Do you want to go next?
Yep, I went.
Okay, so should we take this time for the birthday time? It's always fun to do decentralized singing, as you've experienced in this group. So should we give it a go?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you.
Congrats. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Sam. I wanted to give thanks for that, Jess. Good segue. I want to give Jake a chance to just praise if he's here.
Thank you.
Jake, no dice. And what about Caster Magic? Do you want to dish any praise, Caster? No luck. Well, good. Then we can just start our show. Yes, of course. Happy birthday to Sam. It's really it's so nice to have you here, and we can all celebrate together. That's definitely the number one point of this call. So thank you, Sam. And also, there are a few other things. Just so you're a reminder, Zephanius, the hero, is recording almost all of these calls. So if you don't want to be recorded, it might be a little late now, but feel free to turn off your camera or even watch the call on the live stream that he is usually broadcasting. This call is I'm going to facilitate, and Juanca is going to moderate. And also it's worth noting that if you have any social, political, or any kind of problems within the TEC community, big or small, the Gravity Working Group has this great document where you can report it. And if you see something, say something kind of a thing. If you see a way that we can make our relationships better, we have a form for you. So feel free to fill it out. Also, new members, please consider joining the TE Praise channel. It makes it so much easier to dish you praise if you're in that channel. And praise will earn you impact hours and a lot of, and you'll feel really good when you get it. So it's definitely consider joining the praise channel so it's easier for everyone to like shine love on you. Also, we have this really cool Airtable. If you haven't put your data in there, it's really nice. You can add your birthday. Maybe we'll sing birthday to you if the meeting's on that. We can also check out like what languages you like, and you can see what other people speak those languages. Lots of fun stuff in that Airtable. And if you don't have it on your calendar, then you should really consider adding the TE Community Calendar. We have events almost every day, and even on the weekends sometimes. You'll see hack sessions. You'll see all sorts of ways that you can get more involved. So definitely consider joining the TE Community Calendar. I'm going to kind of, I'm not going to click the roadmap review because I don't think my computer can handle Miro right now, but we're making headway. Just so you know, the purpose of this call is just to talk about the work that has been done and show it off. It's not really to debate the work that's going to be done, but there is a space to collect action steps and proposals. Although the best, so if you have any ideas of things that you want to see, definitely check out this notes, the agenda and notes doc that's probably posted in the TEC General channel, and just feel free to make comments within it. It's really useful for us. Although if you want to take it to the next level, Tamara has created a Zen Hub revolution within the TEC, and we're all in. We're actually doing sprints now. It's super cool. You can check out all the work that's happening in the TEC in detail by clicking this link right here. And here's a good overview of where we're at. We're in sprint 6 right now. So we're making progress. We're just about to finish it, and I think we're on track with all of these things. So great work, team. Yeah. So then I will pass it. We'll go through all the different working groups one at a time, and we'll have legal kick it off. Take it away, Santi.
Thank you, Griff. Not too much going on this week. We've been focused deeply into the terms for the hatching phase. We are working in this document that we started a couple of weeks ago, and hopefully we'll speed it up with the help of Ivy that just helped to give it some shape. And we hope to be ending quite soon. It's a deep discussion and hacking project, but we have the help of some of the people in the arena, like Anya and Marina that show up, and Lawrence, who's helping us. And hopefully once we have that, we might be able to have our lawyers review it. I invite you to join us. We meet on Fridays. You have the agenda link on the document, and the manifesto link on the agenda document. We meet tomorrow at 4:00 in the afternoon, Central European Time. You're invited, and hope to see you there. I'll pass it to you back, Griff. Thank you.
Well, let's pass it to Juan. Juan, you want to give some updates on Gravity?
Yes, what we have been working on is the Gravity training, but I will explain a little bit more on this at the end of this call. And the other things that we've been doing in Gravity, the TEC terms and conditions, because we think that this is a very important document. And with Livy, she's organizing some hacking sessions on the terms and conditions. So if you want, you can join. And I think I'm going to leave a better explanation of the Gravity training for the last minutes. So with that, I will pass to the onboarding working group.
Cool. I don't see Eduardo here, but I can take it. So the onboarding working group is making major headway. We have started reaching out to hatchers, and we've already received 77,000 of soft commits for the hatch. So that's a really good start. We haven't asked that many people, so it's looking really good. We also have made major progress on some proposals. There's lots of proposals in the works that are going on the forum. Feel free to go in there and make some comments on the forum. You will get praised for them because of our hero Ivy, who's the praise queen. So don't be shy. Go check out some of these proposals, give some feedback, and let's welcome the TE Public Goods community into our community, and tell them what we think about their proposals. There's a lot of really great stuff here. If you're interested in starting to onboard hatchers, I'm setting up calls, and I usually invite someone with me to do the hatch to see how I pitch it. And once you've done two, or maybe if you want to start like talking with some of the people in this call and who are already founders, we need help starting to reach out to hatchers. So feel free to come to the next onboarding working weekly sync. It's Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Europe time, 9 a.m. Pacific. And of course, it's in the Discord. And yeah, does anyone else have anything from the onboarding working group that I should mention? Okay, cool. Then let's pass it to Olivia from SoftGov.
Thanks, Griff. I'll share my screen. So this week we are working mostly in three things. One of them is the development of SourceCred with Santi and Mateo, and how are we going to integrate the SourceCred with the praise system that we already have. So from the last call, we have two questions that I posted here in the contribution reward forum post that you can come and comment and give your ideas. So how do we want to reward what is being tracked by SourceCred? And here there are a few options. And two, how can we understand as a collective how to use praise for what and SourceCred for what? So making that division and combining them together. And the next point is the Code of Conduct hack session that we're going to have tomorrow at 2 p.m. CET. And Zaptimus had a great idea. So tomorrow our hack session is going to be a little bit longer because we're going to go through each one of these points and see collectively what are the actions that we can take. So all of them are kind of filled up right now, but it's going to be great to hear from everyone if we're missing something, and really have this like collaborative session to make it more fun and fill this whole thing up, hopefully. And then the next step will just be refining and making it in a more coherent language, the whole document, so we can move on with it. Anything else? Yeah, I think that's it for us. And then the usual book club that happens every Tuesday at 8 p.m. CT. We have 4 more sessions, so if you haven't been there yet, you still have a chance. And I'll pass to Jess and comms.
Oh, didn't know I was next. Griff, did you want to keep in the order of the go?
I'm happy to jump in and just say a few things for the community stewards. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
have
really
the
get to
stewards. For some reason, it's not on the agenda. Yeah, go for it, Tam.
So, the community stewards was the brainchild of, I think, Lydia, and was really, the idea of it was to for the community stewards to share their learnings and to coordinate, to move, together towards the same goals in lockstep, and to be aware of all the other moving pieces of the TEC. And since I joined the Commons Stack, I also became I went quite deep with a lot of the stewards in the token engineering community, and it's been really great. And I'd say they are working so hard to realize this sort of dream that we have. And all the credit really goes to Livia and Jess and Santi and Juan Carlos, Jake, Sam, Zep and Ivy, Craig and Eduardo. They're doing so much, and I think that you can see just a little part of it on these weekly calls. Also say, we started with the TEC roadmap, which is earlier in the document, and the team plans 6 sprints ahead, so 12 weeks of what the high level milestones are to reach the hatch, which is our end goal. And we're just starting to implement the Scrum framework, and the team is in the middle of their sprint 1. So we'll be ending this sprint with a review and retrospective on the 21st and 22nd of this month. And I super look forward to the more cohesion that we get, the more sprints that we do together. I also want to add one more thing, because I don't think it's been raised yet in any of the groups, and it's that the Twitter and forum posts are now being praised on a weekly basis by the person who's doing most of the praise dishing right now, which is Ivy. And oh, Jess, that might have been on your agenda, and I'm sorry if that was, but I would certainly, encourage more tweeting and more forum posts, because now the praise will be dished every week. And yeah, I guess that's all I really want to say for the stewards group. Jess, I'll pass to you now.
Good progress there. I'm going to pop onto sharing screen now. So in communications working group, we're going to be looking at updating the manifesto, and we're kind of going through a big process. Just a quick walk down memory lane. This was in September where we wrote the initial post, which, as you can see, it was a baby of the Commons Stack and token engineering community. And now, as I've been kind of joking around, the baby is finding its own voice. So we are focusing in communications on the narrative and crafting some of the language around why we're here. We did a lot of exercises with the community to kind of drill down and look at why are we here and what is our mission. So kind of taking that. So I'm working on a piece right now that will hopefully be finished by beginning next week or soon. And then we had the latest news blog, which was mostly the most was to help start promoting the Graviton training and the conflict resolution. And then also looking at some of the voting that was happening. So we will have the next news blog out next week, which will have the results of our votes and the latest and greatest. So if you haven't had a chance, or if you're joining us for the first time or for the first time in a while, you can always check out the news blogs to see what's happening and the highest level overview. The other cool thing that we're working on in comms is to look at the governance in the TEC. So I'm working on this piece with Jeff and Livia about what are the different layers of governance and how can other communities, as we have some guests here today that were coming from different projects, kind of asking us all the time, like, what, people are talking about, what is the governance solution mechanism, but it's actually much more complex and rich than that. And again, it's not just the tech that's going to help us to coordinate better in communities, but there's a lot of cultural aspects. So that will be a really cool kind of more research oriented piece rather than just, marketing what we're building, but looking at some of the research and how we're implementing that in the TEC. And then, we're working on some videos, specifically an onboarding video for when we have the Hatch app. And then also we're looking at doing some videos for the regular onboarding materials to go with the welcome section and the forum. And then also kind of finalizing the design. And just promoting this gravity training, and it's getting lots of engagement and there's so much interest. So if you have a chance, if you can take that graphic and this kind of like messaging and share it around, I don't want to spam anyone. So if you guys want to invite people one-on-one, it's much nicer, and that's a group effort. So it's a super cool opportunity. I'm going to be joining. I'm really excited for it. Other than that, we meet every Tuesday. If you'd like to come and check out comms every Tuesday, and I will pass to TEC Params and Gardens.
Jake, are you around? I will
yes,
take on the.
Yes. Sorry, I'm back. I kind of had a disaster here. All right, let me just try and get caught up here, guys. Is that in general? All right. The agenda. Anyways, hold on. Wow, what a mess.
Are the kids jumping around?
No. It was a total absolute disaster. Yes. Wow. Okay. What am I? I'm totally lost here. Text me. Oh, where am I at? Like how things are. Oh yeah, it's our community call. Yeah. Oh yeah, everything's good actually. We're making really good progress. I don't really have anything bad going on. Things are great. Moving right along. Pretty soon, as soon as we get this hatch done, we'll be ready for the second part, and then we will have a lot more action again in the tech params. So there'll be a lot more community involvement. So for anyone that's new here, I'd say in the next, probably give me another 2 weeks, given the hatch, but we should actually be ready for part 2. And we'll have a lot more need for others to join in and contribute to the forum and the whole second part with the bonding curve. So that'll be a lot of fun for new people. Other than that, no, everything's pretty good. Is Sam here? Do you want to talk about?
No, I can add a few things. I want to definitely let YGG talk about his models and the work that he's doing, because it's next level. But also Jake and Zepti did a great job pushing the documentation of the current test hatch that we have. So we have an initial spec that's ready or that's pretty much done. It's in the review stage. It's just a quick draft. But from that, we can, because we have this one spec'd out, we can now use that to actually vote on parameters and use this as a template. And that's the big work that's happening right now. But if anyone is interested in what this specification looks like and how we're trying to make it easy to understand what we're doing, you can click the link in the agenda. But also, I'm just really excited about YGG's work. Jake, YGG, and I think Tonga was there. And that maybe, I can't remember who was all there, but we were talking and we were hanging out over the weekend, talking about how we could actually make the model, make a redeployable, basically white paper almost, that people can come in, change a couple numbers, and all the graphs will change, and they'll be able to see what their parameters would create. But YGG, I don't know if you want to add anything on that.
Yeah, that's great, Griff. I think that sums it up. So come by the labs if you want to see this unfolding. It's a really nice two-legged approach going back and forth between the modeling and the tech, and then the real just sort of community thinking and brainstorming and sort of hashing it out on the human level. It's going back and forth, and that's a good recipe for good results, I think. So come by the lab, and like Jake said, in the next few weeks, there's going to be some real good developments on this coming out. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and YGG's Notion document is amazing. Amazing resource. If you want to go deep, that's the spot. Sam, do you want to say anything about Gardens?
Yes, of course. I was going to say three things. First of all, we passed the vote in the test DAO with 55% of participation, and that's super cool. We upgraded the Impact Hours application, but for some reason it still doesn't work. I tried to do the claim of Impact Hours again in the test DAO, and it still gives the same error. So we have to check it out. And so we are in the same spot that last week, unfortunately, but hopefully we can solve it. I mean, it's a test DAO. If these things are normal, the Impact Hours application didn't have tests, and we were in kind of a race on throwing it up. So these things happen. In the real, we will have all these things very very worked. And at the same time, in the meantime, we are fixing that claiming of the Impact Hours. And we are going to be building that migration to a Commons DAO with ABC and the conviction voting. And we have Gao, who will be working on the creation of the vote, and also Paulo is going to be working in the template, and I'm so happy that they can help with this part. That's one of the things that I wanted to say. The other thing is that during this week we have been checking out with the OneHive community what is which are the improvements on Gardens template and that OneHive is doing. We are doing a flavor of the template with a bonding curve, but they have been working on a disputable version of Gardens using what we could say the Aragon Court on XDAI or Celeste. And this is very interesting because it's a way to prevent DAOs to go. It's a way to keep DAOs accountable and according to their principles. And well, they have been doing this work, and we were not going to include Celeste in the Gardens template for the TEC because they were kind of parallel works that were being done at the same time, but because we are going to delay a little bit the hatch, because we were planning to do that on December, and we are not going to do that at least until March or so. It's now easy to say, okay, maybe the technology has evolved, so maybe it's now interesting to get that also from OneHive. So we are up to date with them, and this is going to be something that we will discuss inside the community. How, of course, it's very important to understand what Celeste is and what does that imply. But it's quite interesting, and I think that we can cross post some of the stuff that is in OneHive forum in order to start the discussion. I think that's one of the main things that is an update from Garden Swarm. And the other one is that I have been checking out the different things that we have been doing. I don't know if I should share the screen or not. Do I have time, guys? Can we check it up?
Yeah, you can share screen. There's tech transparencies, and so I would say maybe give it no more than 90 seconds.
Okay, I am going to share the screen very quick. Do you see my screen?
I see people nodding. Yes, I see it.
Okay. It's still a work in progress, but it's quite interesting because we have been checking out all the work that we have been doing, and it's more than what I expected. We have been working on different things, and this is, well, I am working on a financial report on what we have been spending honey, but I wanted to share with you the different stuff that we have been working on. For example, we have been working on the Hatch frontend and contracts, and spend most of our resources on that part, almost 25%. But also we have been migrating some of the Aragon applications that were from Aragon 1 or OneHive with the newest builder. It's like Truffle, but more modern. And so it's a way to upgrade the way that we deploy or with the Aragon applications with more modern tools. We have also been working on the bonding curve. Maybe it's better to show up the graph. We have been working on the bonding curve. We have been building a DAO template. We have been doing lots of deployment of the applications and demos with the community. Also, we have been improving the token manager and updating it in order to get how much tokens are vested. We have been working on subgraphs with the graph protocol, so we don't have to synchronize all the events of the block in order to get the state of the hatch or the market maker. Paulo has been working a lot on that part, also Tonga. And Fabi has been working on the TEC UI library, which is a kind of Aragon UI, OneHive UI, a library that is going to be specific for TEC style. And yeah, it's a lot of work. I think I just wanted to share that. Wow, when you see it again and you categorize it, you see like we are doing. I am so glad that we are doing so many different things. And I pass it to you guys.
To Zepti.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm so excited. Like we are like finally launching the transparency working group. It started like me, YTT, and Ivy just recording calls. Like we went through all the calls, and right now we are. I mean, we're still aiming to get all the calls. And Ivy did an amazing spreadsheet that is linked on the transparency working group channel. So if anyone wants to jump and as a volunteer and engage with the transparency working group, they just fill their name in there, and yeah, you get the record. There is also a YouTube video on the tech channel on how we set up the OBS, and we are using a logo that is also on the transparency working group chat. And yeah, we are also aiming to a bigger scope. So we are trying. We are going to make a forum post on if the community wants to make an audit for all the working groups, and I think that's amazing. So we do mutual monitoring following the Ostrom principles, and we are changing our schedule to Mondays, 1 p.m. CET. So we would love to have more quorum and more participation of the community. So if you want to join, let's build it together. And I'll pass it back to Griff.
You're muted, Griff.
Thank you, guys. That's the TEC wrap up. But I want to give some special moments to Juan to introduce the Gravity Training Group. Go for it, Juan. Oh, now you're muted, Juan.
I'm sharing my screen. Can you see?
Yep.
So I want to share with you the slides that we've prepared for the first Graviton training that is going to be held after these community calls on Thursdays. And today we are going to have an introductory session, but I would like to show you what we are going to do in this 8-session course and what is our scope on doing it. So yes, what is Gravity? Gravity is a collective that aims to bring people together and centralized organizations by training its members in nonviolent communication, understanding and analyzing conflicts and techniques to manage it. The mission is to help build a culture of well-being and high vibes, while also pointing out clear steps to strategically manage disputes whenever they arise. To do this, Gravity needs gravitons. So gravitons are going to be like the particles of this force that we are all making, that is gravity, and gravitons are the people that pass this training. And why do we do this? Because decentralized organizations have social structures that are prone to conflict in various scales, and providing techniques to manage this natural dynamic is necessary while looking for resilience, trust, and well-being. This could be seen as internal laws that apply to everyone, and legitimacy ultimately depends on consensus. And how are we going to do this? I think that we've divided the course into pillars, that one is prevention and the other one is mechanism. So we want to be able to prevent conflicts by teaching. This is a quote that I like from Durgadas. What a culture teaches is what it becomes its values. So we want to teach about nonviolent communication, about a mindful communication, so that it becomes like our everyday values and our cultural built in the organization. I think this is very important for all kinds of organizations, and it could also be very helpful for the decentralized ecosystem. So in prevention, we would have what I was saying: nonviolent communication, understanding of conflicts, and transformational approaches. some insights of the work that we've been done in soft governance and culture, and reading Ostrom's principles, and having techniques to clean your mind and to return to your optimal arousal zone while looking for the best alternatives to negotiated agreements. And in the mechanisms to address conflict, we are going to have an alternative dispute resolution, where the people who pass the training is going to be able and capable of being a third part in disputes. I am very happy to be presenting this in this TE Spotlight, because this idea is really born from the cultural build and the soft gov research that has been done in the TEC. I joined the TEC because of the soft gov, and when I expressed these ideas, they animated me to do them. So I'm really excited about thinking that this was an idea last year, and right now we are going to start doing this, and I'm very happy about it. After the training, the idea is that gravitons can be present and accessible to the community, bringing high vibes and improving relationships. They should be able to separate people's problems, to self-determinate, promote empathy, adapt their mindset for tolerance, propose alternatives, and act according to institutional regulations while implementing actions to frame unwanted behavior. So what I would really like to see from Gravity is to have people can be a promoter transformation of conflicts in its everyday life and in its various social circles. Because I think that in this way we can also to promote a lot of collaboration between different organizations. I just have 1 minute and I don't want to go longer, but you can jump into these slides, and if you can see, we have already been working on this, and we have 51 slides. So the course is going to be really complete. We are going to make questions for every session, and the questions are very related to the study material that we are going to give for each session. And we are going to start with the first session on nonviolent communication, who is going to be led by Regis Chapman, that is also called Durgadas. And he's going to be with us the next Thursday, explaining about nonviolent communication and spiral dynamics. We're going to give POAPs for this, and the purpose of giving POAPs is so that you can certify yourself, and we can certify the training for making commitment, and for also then having next steps after the training. That's it.
Thank you, Juan. So excited for those NFTs. That's going to be really cool. Well, thank you guys. And if you want to learn more about Gravity, they actually have their work call right now after this call in the Gravity channel. So feel free to just flop a couple lines down on the Token Engineering channel and join us in Gravity. And thank you guys. It was a great call. See you next week.
Thanks.